Hey fellas, Onus here, and welcome back to With a Y, and I'd just like to say that the baddies are fighting.
Chat. The baddies are beefing in this bronze sculpture from the year 1610.
Oh damn, I completely messed up the saying. Like, the old lady got it better than I did. What we're looking at is a YouTube short by the National Gallery of Art of the United States, and they have been doing videos like this, like, very recently. This was actually an email suggestion, and I was, like, kind of dry on topics. Well, not dry, but unsure how I wanted to cover some of them. So this one, like, low-key came in clutch. Thank you to the person who sent me this email. You know what you're doing. So real quick, let's go through one of these, and then look how it compares to the way that the National Gallery was posting about this sort of thing before.
The girlies are locked in for this wrestling match. That eye contact. High-key heated rivalry coded.
I think there's a higher likelihood this woman has seen heated rivalry than I have. And that just kind of comes down to, like, my TV watching habits. Like, I'm very bad about following serialized stuff, man. It's gotta be the ADHD, to some extent at least. Like, even things I know that I'll like and will probably be locked in for after I get past the first 2 episodes. Also, this is a artistic and educational nudity. Like, this is explicitly allowed via guidelines. So, don't come at me, YouTube. We're literally watching an educational stint.
The aura farming alpha on top is crowned with the laurel wreath of victory. Her choppelganger down here has donkey ears, symbol of brain rot.
I don't think that was, like, the author's intent at the time, but, like, I wonder how close of a translation for how brain rot is used now could be, like, to what it was originally described as when this is from 1603, I think she said. I was watching a video earlier today about how the younger generations just genuinely can't read, like, up to the level that they were expected to in previous generations, and that is absolutely, like, a downstream effect of living in the time that they do. But I wonder how effective using language like this is when you're trying to get genuinely educational topics across. Like, they're sneaking in real information about the history of the art, like when it was made, what it depicts, with all these kind of, like, meme references in between. It's like something similar to, like, what I've tried to do in the past, where you're just kind of, like, smushing information, dense stuff in between, like, just one-liners. But this is such, like, a much more historical context than anything I've ever produced, from a more accredited institution all at the same time.
And she got clapped, so naturally she's crashing out.
I guess, like, in the most literal sense, like, she's literally bent over like a car crash dummy, and the one on top is doing it with 3 fingers, man. Like, she got that shit spread out like she's an elite from Halo holding a goddamn needler. Doesn't even, like, strain her pinky and ring finger with the pressure of beating this person on the bottom. Just absolutely fucking wrong.
R.I.P. her coin purse on the ground. Skill issue.
This is like the sort of thing that always brings up the question, what the hell was the pitch to the person you're having actually say all these lines out? Like, you can tell she's reading from a script somebody else wrote, but it's only the fact that it's someone of her age and probably of, like, experience talking in, like, the stupid fucking ways that, like, me and people all the way down to the age of 0 do these days.
This god-tier Skibbity sculpture is straight up chef's kiss.
I feel like the inclusion of Skibbity here was kind of unneeded. Like, it's a bit outdated as far as brain rot goes, which is the kind of the risk you always run when you're trying to speak in the most up-to-date parlance you can imagine, because it changes day to day. Like, Skibbity Toilet as a brand has just been, like, fucking nuked. I think there's, like, its own separate discourse going on about how the channel's been completely changed over. Either way, let's continue.
It was made for Rudolph II, the Holy Roman Emperor of Flexing.
I don't think that was his official title, but you probably got a decent amount of people to figure out who Rudolph II was for the first time. Like, is throwing in, like, a joke bit of info worth the trade-off you get with that? Like, maybe if someone were to look into it further, he was, like, a Holy Roman Emperor known for his really lavish collections of art and that he liked to own expensive things. Like, I guess that technically lines up with flexing. The thing is, like, with talking the way this lady is about the topics that she is, it's like it's supposed to act as a hook into the wider subject matter, and for some it probably does do that. Like, maybe they'll go on a Wikipedia rabbit hole or go to the National Gallery of Art's actual wider website, and maybe it'll get a few converts to actually visit the place. But for the majority, like, it is just another scroll. It's like an old lady talking in brain rot about, like, finer arts.
He was thirsty for an artist who could yeet 2 twisting figures in 1 bronze pour. big pog energy.
Okay, big pog energy. We're just making up terms right now, man. Both of those, like, fairly dated by the time that I'm recording this video, which honestly isn't a huge criticism of the National Gallery of Art for making an attempt at it. It's certainly been more effective than other strategies they've used recently, and we're gonna run over those in a minute.
It's an allegory for Rudolph the Rizzler triumphing over his zero-drip ops.
I'm gonna fucking cry. There are physical tears in my eyes right now. That's probably a really roundabout way of saying something that's historically true, but like it almost feels a little dirty to not go a bit deeper there.
Nobles who wouldn't cough up their coin. Greed is not good.
I don't know, man. Like, you just showed me a rad-ass piece of art that showed that the dude who was absolutely greedy was fucking balling and like commissioning some cool looking things. Maybe greed is good. I think they tied it up better there than I expected them to, like when I started watching, but like not only a few shorts before this one, you had them talking about art in like this sort of way. Just much more authentic to probably how they talk normally to each other. Maybe that lady is speaking like that all the time and I just don't know any better. I'm judging too soon.
This is an ancient mythological chariot crash featuring some of the ancient gods. This bloke here tumbling out of his chariot. His name is Phaeton.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I do appreciate this bloke tumbling out his chariot. That's Phaeton. He's the child of the god of the sun. Like, it's casual in its presentation, like it's very amicable the way she's talking to the camera, but it is playing it a lot straighter than it was back over there, just more raw education, I imagine. The amount you can fit into like a short form video, which is close to none if you're talking about retaining it. It just like did way less likes, like that's 300, and they were also like trying these like methods to appeal to the younger demographic. Art is boring, and this is the art. Like, that is visually stunning, no one's gonna deny that, but again, only 700 likes, and it was like taking at least a text caption format that has been pretty popular on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Reels and wherever else. You also have them trying to appeal to the universal love of dogs, our oldest friends. And you know, it's a cute painting of some dogs. It's nice to know that across history, we always just kind of had a soft spot for little fuzzy things, and there's a reason they domesticated themselves damn near. No wait, that was cats. Either way, you know what I'm saying. And it's like a genuinely nice compilation of like dogs as subject matter in art throughout history. Like, yeah, these motherfuckers have always been in our minds. There's probably something to say about like all the breeds in particular being depicted that I'm pretty sure have like high class connotations in the times that these works were first created. But no one wants to have that fucking discussion. 260 likes, get fucked. Compared to the Pause Your Heated Rivalry rewatch and peep this, 62,000. And then this one, 32,000. Our curators are low-key rizzlers. This was the first one that I saw. Someone sent this one directly to me and was like, peep this.
Chat, peep this bussin' clay dish from the 16th century, made in the workshop of an Italian rizzler named Orazio Pompei.
Was it like shameful to have the last name Pompeii named after it got destroyed by a goddamn volcano, or did we not learn about that until later? Again, more artistic titties hanging out that are historical and educational depictions, and apparently people would eat like spaghetti off of or some shit.
Money-maxing Sigmas would pull out Myalica plates like this at dinner parties just to flex their aura points.
I feel like calling what they were trying to flex aura points is kind of just creating like a level of separation you don't need to. It was to show how fucking rich they were, right? I guess maybe the aura could come from the fact that you specifically got it from the one guy who is known for making cool shit like this. And these all seem to have like a pretty similar structure to them where they tell you they have like a brain rot terms hook and then they have a brief explanation of the historical context. Then they just start lathering on the terms.
Look how Bro glazed it. He went goblin mode with all these colors.
Glazing to dick suck is how it's usually used, but that might be like the first time I've heard it used close to like its original terminology for the longest time. Like, a penis is only called glazed because the spit, when you suck it, like gives like a sheen to the damn thing, right? Because you just left all your DNA all over the damn thing. It was the sheen, the shine to it, like the reflective qualities of that led to it being referred to as glazed donuts and all that.
High-key tough materials to work with.
I kind of like that spin, high-key tough. I don't know if that was, I don't know how intentional it was to imply that, like, the actual craftsmanship was highly skilled and that, like, the materials he was making them with, which were made it cost so much. And that's why it was, quote, high-key tough, or she's just saying, yeah, it looks hard, don't it? Shit looks dope.
But he ate, and that glow still slaps 500 years later.
There is like an incredible amount of work that art collections and museums all over the world do to like make these things look as pristine as they do in the modern age. I couldn't even begin to get into like a fraction of the details of that process, but the rims are still shining 500 years later, but not just because of the work the guy did back in the day, but a bunch of people trying to preserve that work for future generations are doing now. And this is what they have to do on the marketing front to get even like give a second glance at the damn thing.
Attached girly over here is freshly yassified. What? Yassified.
I don't know what it is. I just love that little character break where, like, you can tell she's trying to read the script faithfully. She's like, what, that's how you fucking say it? Yassified? What are they talking about? You know, as dumb as, like, we may feel because of TikTok and low attention span shit, there is, like, a decently discerning part of us that knows what's going on when we watch videos like this. So it's nice to know that they're like, listen, we know what we're doing too. Here's, like, just a funny bit that might make you giggle, like, during the process. It's not unappreciated, I'll say that at least.
Rizzing up the viewer, titty out.
Referring it to titties out, bro. Listen, it's Baroque. Listen, it's Baroque. It's evocative. Just calling it full-on titties out as like a technically accurate visual descriptor. I don't know, man. It's just, I'm not even like really an arts guy. It's just like, I feel like I'm being a little disrespectful even hearing that.
She's even pulling out a bird. It's giving phallic innuendo. No cap.
The bird? The bird's giving a phallic innuendo? Was that the intention? I don't know, man. Fucking people 500 years ago were crazy. Not necessarily dumb, but like just nuts to me, like in their symbolism.
The banner translates to, take it, no regrets. Worst case, you've got to give it back.
I appreciate that literal translation because it was actually a kind of a tough Instagram caption that I will now be using to farm engagement with.
Chat, would you bring this dish to the function, or is it chopped? Either way, Girly Pop is the moment, and she's living rent-free in our heads and in the National Gallery of Art.
Thank you for getting in like the one last stinger of like what you're actually doing this all for. Please visit our art collection and donate so we can keep doing this. Please. Do you think this marble building was cheap? It's not inexpensive to make things look pretty when you're having pretty things inside of it. I think more art collections just need to be kept in like abandoned warehouses and then you just like stick some of the most priceless fucking artifacts from our history into it. There is one more I want to look at with y'all, and it's like I actually never learned this woman's name, but they ask us to welcome Zaddy Harry.
Chat, your girl needs a nap. Peep my bestie, Zaddy Harry.
Why did you make me come out of his armpit, man? I wasn't going in there for a sniff. I wouldn't do that. You know, like, I'd ask for permission, and then, like, even if he said yes, I'd probably still be, like, a bit hesitant and, like, I changed my mind. It's not you. I just get nervous.
Chat, the vibes are rancid.
They got a fucking second guy to do this, and they got him to walk and talk with it as well, man. They probably had the iPad, like, right under the camera, like, with the script on it. But I will give him credit. He is making an impressive eye line while reading off his lines.
This painting, Cape Cod Evening by Edward Hopper, has me literally screaming, crying, throwing up.
I'm sorry, man. I just can't imagine you doing that, like with the suit on and everything.
The couple, they're in a swag gap relationship.
A swag gap relationship, man? Problematic swag gap. One of y'all is not fitted up like the other dude. And hey, it's a little doggy, one of the oldest friends of man that we had listed from before.
Absolutely speed-running divorce.
Story of my life.
Mama has the ick so bad, she looks like she's about to legit unalive her husband.
Here we go with the fucking unalive talk. Dude, you can say kill. You can say kill. You maybe even like think of a word worse than murder or death. Like just make it a worse word instead of using the unalive.
Timu Ryan Gosling is trying so hard to get that dog's attention, but the collie is locked the F in on whatever's going down in the distance. The aura is low-key sinister.
I think he's doing a decent job of it, and like I can actually get a glimpse of the themes I think were intended in the painting from the way he's explaining it all. I feel like with time they've actually kind of gotten better at writing the brain rot versions of these art descriptions and art analysis that they are trying to communicate, but I'm also really looking. So yeah, shout out the National Gallery of Art in the US. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at with a Y. That email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics like the one that we looked at today. Anyways, piss off.